Yeah, baby. Simply must meet Thomas. Thomas Jefferson's coming home. Thomas Jefferson's coming home. Thomas Jefferson's coming home. Thomas Jefferson's coming home. Thomas Jefferson's coming home.
Adams? Jefferson? We're going to therapy or what? I guess so.
Thomas Jefferson's coming home. Thomas Jefferson's coming home.
Whoa, Jeffrey, you're a little tall today. Anyways, good afternoon, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. I heard from John Washington that you guys have been having some trouble. Please elaborate and allow me to help as your therapist, of course. Start by introducing yourself and your situation and the rise of political parties.
I, Thomas Jefferson, am a Democratic Republican who strongly believes in a small central government that better protects the rights of the citizens and the states from the federal government. I believe this is the best option as...
Anyways, no one ordered a Yappuccino from you. I, John Adams, am a Federalist with the best values. I believe a large central government is best for our citizens.
How is a large central government best for the United States? For our citizens!
What?
Try not to get mad. Let's not argue in front of our therapist. Because remember,
Hey, Jeffrey.
you created the Jeffersonian during the presidency, which means a peaceful transition between political powers. But it was not peaceful during the election of 1800, when you were running against me and my beliefs. You didn't keep the peace then, so do it now.
I guess I'll try.
Farewell then.
Okay.
You see, you guys are doing a good job by already communicating. Just act like I'm not even here.
You see, Federalists and Democratic
Lady
Republicans
Mary.
had beef ever since Washington favored the Federalists and the ideas of Hamilton. For example, the National Bank, not supporting my best friend France, the use of military forces, and his favoritism honestly made me disappointed. And I always tried to do better for the Americans. But when we had major debt, as we still do, Adams requested a national bank. I did not want that because I didn't want America to become like Great Britain. We control us.
So Jeffrey, you do have a PTSD.
No.
Ah! Bloody Mary. Okay then, Adams. Your turn.
Well, I do not believe it could be due to favoritism. Maybe Washington was just picking the better side. I do not like this thinking, Jefferson. My problem not only began due to me wanting a stronger government, but because Jefferson wanted to read everything exactly like the Constitution.
Balls up to the states there.
Not everything should be taken literally. Take a chill pill.
My mother gave me that a century ago. Don't even start with me right now.
Like, for example, in the Shays Rebellion, we could not control them at all. With the Articles of Confederation, it was difficult, as it did not mention including military
If
forces.
you guys ask for my opinion, we could have controlled that all without including all
Whatever.
Yeah, but I understand where you're coming from, I guess.
Not to mention, during the Whiskey Rebellion's enforcement, we were able to use our power to clean the citizens down in a way that we weren't able to do. Like during your presidency, when you canceled the Whiskey Rebellion, you minimized military enforcement and federal jobs.
I honestly don't know why you're gaslighting me right now. Like, I did everything wrong. I tried my best, but you're not perfect either. For example, when you were the president, you tried to make the citizens hate me by saying I'll destroy the Constitution. You know that ain't true, Adams. That hurt me. I spent 5 days in my room crying, 5 hours straight. No.
Hey, I wanted to win. And you should know I'm not a fan of your favoritism of France either.
Oh, hell no.
I feel like being with Great Britain would help us, as they had a strong government. Maybe I looked up to them. I don't know. But I also did good things. For example, I did the Alien and Sedition Act.
Honestly, I don't know who thinks that's a good thing but you. I mean, the Alien and Sedition Act allowed you to deport non-citizens, which, hello, our generation were full of immigrants back in the day. And the Sedition Act, which arrested those who were considered to be writing or spreading slanderous or false ideas against the government, that violated the citizens' First American Amendment rights. You passed acts which hurt and affected the immigrants and violated so many constitutional civil rights, and you caused more problems than good things. Now let's go over my side. I believe France was a better ally. You wanna know why, therapist? Do you wanna know why?
Why, Jeffrey? Why?
Because they are our best friends through the American Revolution. And we won because of them. So we gotta help a sister out. Go help them too. You know what I'm saying, people? Hey!
You're talking about my bad duties. You did the Louisiana Purchase, which goes against the Constitution. So much for sticking to your... Oh. So much for sticking to it.
I was drunk.
You gave France $15 million to double our size. I mean, sure, that's good.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about values, you're far from it. You're so ungodly.
Me and Madison drafted the Virginia and Kentucky Revolution as a way to defend the people from your unconstitutional rights. What you did was unconstitutional, and I will defend the people and their liberties since you do not want to. So don't even start with me right now. You're so short, you're not even a short king, bro. No woman will want to acquire you as a man, not even your witch. Don't play with me right now because right now I am seeing red, Adams. I am seeing red. It seems that hence a huge of yellow has faded thy teeth. Might I acquire such fragrance such as deodorant for you? Yeah.
Pray and for Moby Dick that we have encountered his ivory well at last. Don't forget, once I became president,
I ain't even that big.
Don't forget, once I became president, you became vice president. You entitled, ungrateful, hitch creature, and tall giraffe.
Bro, stop yapping. What you egg?
Hey, fellas, calm down. Let's settle this, okay? Okay, Jeffrey, calm down, and Adams, calm down. Let's all take a breather.
I'm sorry, Adams, but don't tempt
Bloody
me.
Mary! What the hey, boy?
Let's face it, we are never getting along.
Why would you say that? Honestly, you're just my biggest awe.
Because your beliefs are dumb.
I'm sick of this therapist. Washington don't even need me, bro. Come on, horsey.
Oh, Jeffrey!
As you can see in our skit, you were able to see the chaos and the beef that Thomas Jefferson and John Adams had, that they couldn't even control themselves in a therapy session. So as you can see, these two started the rise of political parties as they found something to always complain about. Both can be seen trying to be proven right. However, they both often would go against their ideals and would often go against their beliefs. For example, Jefferson, during the Louisiana Purchase, doubled the land of the United States of America, which was considered good, but in his case, it was not considered good as he would go against the Constitution, which was something that he was really strict in. And their main difference was not just that Federalists wanted a stronger government, while the Democratic Republicans opposed to it, but rather that the Federalists favored Great Britain due to their ways of government and trading, while the Democratic Republicans favored the French and due to their allies that they had during the American Revolution. One can say that these two started the rise for many political scandals, especially with Whigs later on being created, with those who specifically hated Andrew Jackson, who was a Democrat. And Andrew Jackson created the party Democracy, but it was mostly in lines with our current day Republicans. And Andrew Jackson is someone who tried to make America a monarchy, like someone known as Donald Trump. So therefore the Whigs hated on him and strongly opposed his beliefs.
Differences between the presidential candidates led to a split in the government, with parties being created against each other due to changes of views which developed around their beliefs about the government. There was an obvious split between the people who believed in different policies. It wasn't until Adams and Jefferson brought forward new political parties which became official. The Federalists and Democratic Republicans both had different viewpoints, and both their political campaigns were complete opposites from each other. When they were running in the 1800 elections, the election of 1800 led to an intense rivalry between Thomas Jefferson and John Adams due to their views on the government. The Federalist Party wanted the United States to be under a strong central government. Most of their beliefs were similar to the British view from the past. The Democratic Republicans, on the other hand, had a strong belief that there should be a stronger state government, allowing people of the states to have their own control over their rights. In this case, the Democratic Republicans were more in favor of France due to Thomas Jefferson's personal relationship with France. The election of 1800 was one of the first elections where the candidates had access to newspapers and pamphlets, in which they used to attack one another. Both Jefferson and Adams used public engagement to attack one another and influence the people to support their campaign and share their beliefs. Jefferson ended up winning the election of 1800 with 73 electoral votes, tying with Aaron Burr, but winning due to the influence of Alexander Hamilton despite their own conflicts. Adams was upset at the result and didn't even attend Jefferson's inauguration. Despite how upset Adams was, the transfer of power between Federalists to Democratic Republicans went smoothly without any violent disputes, just petty arguments.
Political fractions and divisions known as partisanship was solely not Federalists and Democratic Republicans during the era/presidencies of Adam and Jefferson. As a matter of fact, during the presidency of James Monroe, there was actually great harmony among the political parties, as Monroe, a Democratic Republican, incorporated the declining Federalists into his cabinet, which included John Quincy Adams, who helped him write the Monroe Doctrine. Later divisions would strike up again over the Jacksonian presidency when Andrew Jackson, a polarizing political figure, divided the Democratic Republican into the Democrats and Whigs because of his unprecedented use of executive authority in matters of concerning the National Bank, Native American removal, and imposing tariffs on states. During this time, Democrats were known for being supporters of Jackson, while Whigs were Jackson's number one hater. Once again, there was a division between two different political parties based on their views and beliefs. And although this started early on, while America was forming, you can see this still happen in today's society with Democrats and Republicans. And there's also Green Party, and yeah. Okay, guys, do our outro now. Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button in the face and click on the notifications right now. You get 5 big boofer looking in. Boom! Boom! Bloody Mary.